The story of Amba. The story of Amba is one of the most interesting stories in Mahabharata. It begins in the Sambhav Parva of Adi Parva, but the story is narrated in detail in Udyog Parva. It is connected with the eternality of Kuru family on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is tied to the end of the last Kuru, Bhishma. Chitrangad and Vichitravirya were the two sons of Satyavati and Shantanu. After sudden demise of Chitrangad, Bhishma made a strange plan for the marriage of Vichitravirya. Three princesses of Kashi were set for Swayamvar. Bhishma and Satyavati in unison decided to invade the Swayamvar and abduct the three girls and marry them to Vichitravirya. They succeeded in doing so due to their mighty power. Dharma Shastra in those times granted permission to such marriages by abduction. It was also euphemistically called conquering brides with Virya Shulka, fees of bravery. When Bhishma tried to take the three princesses in his chariot, several kings who had gathered there tried to stop him in vain. King Shalva fought with great zeal. "You dare to kidnap girls? Let me teach you a lesson," said he. But he was no match to Bhishma's valor. Mahabharata describes that during the journey, Bhishma took such care of these girls as he would have treated his daughters in law, sisters, or his own daughters. On reaching Hastinapur, he started preparing for the wedding, and that was when the tables turned. Amba confronted him and spoke in clear words. "I and Shalva have mentally accepted each other as husband and wife. I was going to marry him in the Swayamvar. Now you decide what should be done. You know Dharma very well." On getting this knowledge, Bhishma discussed the issue with stalwarts in Veda and Dharma, and with their consent, he respectfully sent Amba to Shalva with a paraphernalia of aged Brahmins and servants to take care of her. He married her two sisters to Vichitravirya. Further, these two sisters, through Niyog, bore Dhritarashtra and Pandu, thus keeping Kuru lineage intact. However, Amba faced an unexpected problem which boomeranged on the Kuru dynasty. The story from here on is narrated in Udyoga Parva. When Bhishma gets crowned as the Senapati in the war of Mahabharata, he lays down his conditions very clearly that he will not kill any woman or any man like Shikhandi who was a woman in his prior birth. Duryodhan demands for an explanation, and then Bhishma narrates the story of Amba. Amba went to Shalva happily with great hopes, but Shalva was defeated and insulted by Bhishma. He rebuked and reproached her, saying she was already somebody else's and he couldn't accept her as his wife. He sternly told her, "Bhishma has conquered you, go back to him. I am scared of Bhishma. He owns you, so go away." Amba implored, "I am mentally yours. I hadn't gone off with Bhishma happily. He took me away forcibly. That too, not for himself. He himself has sent me to you now. I am not someone already possessed by somebody else." However, Shalva did not budge. Amba had nowhere to go. She reminisced, "Whom should I blame? My destiny? Bhishma? Shalva? Or my father who arranged a Swayamvar for me? Where should I go? Who is so mighty who can defeat Bhishma and help me? I will wage a war or take up a penance. I can do anything for my vengeance." Amba kept wandering and reached the hermitage of Shaikhavatya Muni. She met her maternal grandfather Hotravahan Rishi there. He advised her to go to Bhishma's guru Parshuram. Akrutavarna Rishi facilitated her meeting with Parshuram and also requested him to help her. Amba insisted that Parshuram kills Bhishma. Parshuram said, I will first try to peacefully convince Bhishma to accept you. Bhishma will not disobey me. But if he doesn't listen to me, I will wage a war and kill him. Parshuram escorted Amba to Kurukshetra and sent a message to Bhishma about his arrival. Bhishma welcomed him heartily but refused his proposal of marrying Amba. Marrying her would have collided with his dharma as a Kshatriya and also his pledge. This led to a violent war between the two at Kurukshetra. It went on for several days, but Parshuram could neither defeat nor kill Bhishma. He communicated this to Amba helplessly. Amba did not denounce him but took a pledge. I will kill Bhishma in war, and for that I will take up severe penance. Amba was travelling from one hermitage to other and observing severe penance. Bhishma's mother Ganga tried to console her and make her quit her efforts, but she did not give in to anybody's requests. One of her paths got converted into water due to Ganga's curse, but her other part kept on performing penance in a female form. Finally, she won over Rudra and got a boon. You will be born as a girl to King Drupad. Later, you will gain manhood and you will be the reason for Bhishma's death. Drupad was actually praying to obtain a son, but Lord Shiva blessed him with a girl child. Shiva told him that the same girl would become a man later. So they concealed the fact that a daughter was born, and he and his wife gave upbringing of a boy to their child. Later, Shikhandini, alias Shikhandi, was married too. When the bride realized that her husband was a woman and not a man, the secret was revealed and Drupad had to bear great insult. The bride's father threatened him to wage a war. Shikhandini could not bear to see her father's misery, and so she left her house and went to the forest. There she met a demigod, a yaksha named Sthurnakarna. She narrated her tragedy to him. He took pity on her and said, I will help you. I will exchange my manhood with you for a while. You go back to the town and tell everyone that you are a man. This will cleanse your father's image. However, you have to return thereafter and give me my manhood back. Shikhandini accepted the proposal. She became a man and went back to the town. Everyone was overjoyed with the news. The king of Yakshas, Kuber, heard about this and he was enraged. He cursed Sthurnakarna that he would always remain in female form from then onwards. He also gave a conditional concession that he would become a man again once Shikhandi would be killed in war. Shikhandi returned to the forest as planned and met the god. He told him what had happened and asked him to continue in the male form. Bhishma told this story to Duryodhan and added, My spies have confirmed that Amba has taken rebirth as Shikhandi. Shikhandi is not a true man. He is originally a woman, and so I will not fight with him. We all know what happened later in the war. Arjun shot arrows on Bhishma from behind, with Shikhandi on the forefront. Thus, Amba was responsible for Bhishma's fall. However, her pledge of killing Bhishma could not be completed. Bhishma fell, but he had the boon of death as per his wish, and so he stayed on. Later, he embraced death as per his will in Uttarayan. The question, therefore, remains unsolved. Did Amba win or lose?